Well, Whitesboro Plow Shop, Dirt Car 358 Modifieds ready to go trackside next for their 25-lap feature go. Tyler Meeks going to lead from the pole, the number 9. Alongside of him will be the 57 of Remington Hamm. Row number 2, Willie Decker Jr., the 1. Alongside will be the 39, Ryan Bartlett. Row number 3, Franklin Mackin, the 3, along with 74, Lucas Fuller. Row number 4, Scott Webb in the 18, along with the 28 of Jordan McCreadie. Row number 9, row number 5, rather. It's going to be the 12 of Addison Bowman, 19 of Tim Fuller alongside. Row number 6, Lance Willix in the 31, 45, Preston Forbes. Row number 7, Michael Mandigo in the 26, along with Sean Shaw in the 7. Row number 8, Dustin Bradley in the 83, 21 of RJ Tresidder. Row 9, Derek Webb, 66, 49, Billy Dunn. Row number 10, Tommy Jock Jr., Adam Roberts. Final row, it's going to be 21, JR of Larry Welling Jr., and the 21 of Andy Howard. That's your starting lineup. 25 laps is the distance. Third race of the season for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modifieds. Jackson Gill won the opener on April 25th, and it was Lance Willix 2 weeks ago on May the 2nd. As the field rolls through turn number 3 and 4, the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modifieds are green at Can-Am. Out in front, Remington Hamm jumps to the point. Tyler Meeks back to second. Ryan Bartlett, Willie Decker Jr. Fifth place battle between Franklin Mackin and Lucas Fuller as they work it through turn 3 and 4 and down to the line. Lap number 1 on the board. It's Remington Hamm in command of it as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. Remington Hamm trying to get something going here. That 57 has been fast to start races off, but he has mechanical problems along the way at times. Would love to get that behind him and go to victory lane for the very first time as he comes down across the line. 4-car length advantage over Meeks as we got cars slowing up there in turn number 4. It's Tommy Jock Jr., but he brings it back down, and we will stay green. And Andy Howard's problems with the 21. He's still smoking towards the back portion of the field. As we head up through 3 and 4, Remington Hamm still in command of the field as they come down across the line this time by. Meeks still second. Bartlett completes the top 3. Scott Webb having a good run here so far. Holding on to position number 4 with the 3 of Franklin Mackin having a solid night tonight. He's up to spot number 5. Willie Decker Jr. is 6th. Jordan McCreadie and Tim Fuller dicing it up for 7th and 8th at the moment. Lucas Fuller 9th. Lance Willix battling with Preston Forbes for the number 10 position as they go to turn number 1 and 2. And Forbes in the middle of Lance Willix and Lucas Fuller. And Lance Willix is going to pick up a couple of spots down the back straightaway. So move Willix up into the top 10 for the first time tonight. In the meantime, Remington Hamm is driving away. Tyler Meeks still there in second. Ryan Bartlett having a solid run here tonight up into the position number 3. Scott Webb still 4th. 5th is still Franklin Mackin. Fuller still 6th. Tim, that is. Battle on for 7th. Jordan McCreadie, Willie Decker, Lance Willix. All knotted up together. Fuller washes a little bit wide, though. Jordan McCreadie takes full advantage. He moves up into spot number 6. Great battle going on from about 6th on back between McCreadie, Fuller, and Willix as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Lead battle still has not changed. Remington Hamm, Tyler Meeks, and Ryan Bartlett. That's still your top 3 at the moment. Scott Webb, Franklin Mackin. Top 5 remain the same. No change there. We're keeping our eye on the battle between Jordan McCreadie and Tim Fuller. As they work it up off of turn number 1 and 2, it's Fuller to 6th. McCreadie back to 7th. Lance Willix still 8th. Preston Forbes and Willie Decker Jr. That's your top 10 at the moment as they work it across the line this time by. Lap number 8 is up on the leaderboard. And Remington Hamm finally getting some good things going his way. The Rodman, New York native would love to put it into victory lane as he works it through 3 and 4. Down to the line. 9 laps up on the scoreboard. Still a ways to go in this contest as they work it up into turn number 1 and 2. Tyler Meeks still second. Ryan Bartlett He has moved his way up to that extreme outside lane as he tries to run down the top two. He'll bring it down towards the mid portion of the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4. Down across the line, Bartlett with a really good run so far here. Scott Webb still fourth. Franklin Mackin, a very impressive run for him right now, holding on to the number 5 position as they work in lap number 10 of this 25-lap contest. And Remington Hamm has wins here in the Thunder Car division. He's got novice sportsman wins here. He's got a regular sportsman win. Never a 358 modified win in his career. Would like to change that right now as he works the back straightaway at lap number 11, coming into lap number 12, this time by. Top 5 still remains the same. It's still Remington Hamm in command of the field as they come down across the line. Tyler Meeks still second. Ryan Bartlett, Scott Webb, and Franklin Mackin still holding on to the number 5 position as we close in on the halfway point of this contest. We got a car smoking big time down the front straightaway. It is the 83 of Dustin Bradley, and that car does not sound healthy as he goes into 1 and 2. A big plume of smoke coming out of the 83 of Bradley. We'll keep our eye on him, though. In the meantime, no change again amongst the top 5 drivers, as it looks like Dustin Bradley is going to take the 83 towards the pit area. Done for this one. And right now, Remington Hamm starting to close in on some lap traffic, trying to put the 31 of Tommy Jock Jr. a lap down. TJ will give him the lane down on the bottom of the racetrack as Remington will clear him going down into turn number 1 and 2. 14 down, 11 laps left to go. Tyler Meeks, not much he can do about it right now as he holds on to the 2 spot. Third is Bartlett. Fourth is Scott Webb. Tim Fuller has cracked the top 5. He gets around Franklin Mackin for the spot as they go to turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. Remington Hamm still in command of the field. Got about a half a straightaway advantage over the 9 of Tyler Meeks at the moment. About a 2.5 second advantage for the Rodman, New York native. Remington Hamm well in command of it at lap 16. Again, top 5 really have not changed too much. The only change in the top 5. Oh, we got a car around in the middle of the back straightaway. Looks like it's Michael Mandigo in the 26. Yellow lights are on as we work lap 16. Mike LeClaire looks the field over in turn number 3 and 4, back to green off the turn, and we're underway. Tyler Meeks pulls it to the point as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Tim Fuller right in his tire tracks, and Fuller going alongside of Meeks down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4, Tim Fuller to the lead as they go to turn number 3 and off of turn 4 and back down to the line this time by Fuller to the point. As they work it through turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway, Remington Hamm still there in spot number 2. Lance Willix on the charge here late in the going. He pulls up to 3rd. Meeks back to the 4 spot as Scott Webb holds on to the 5 position as they work down to the line at lap number 18. 7 laps left to go. Tim Fuller trying to drive away and get back to victory lane. As Remington Hamm looks to fend off Lance Willix down the back straightaway. In the meantime, Billy Dunn is on the move. He's up to the number 5 position. Meeks back to 6th. Jordan McCreadie still 7th. Sean Shaw is 8th. Preston Forbes 9th. And Franklin Mackin completes the top 10. 19 down, 6 laps left to go. And Fuller driving away into the 3rd and 4th turn with about a straightaway advantage over Remington Hamm and the 31 of Lance Willix as they continue their fight for position number 2 and 3 at the moment. 5 laps left to go. Remington Hamm still second. If he can hold on to this one, it'll be one of his best career finishes in a 358 modified. Willix tried the high lane that time. That didn't quite work as number 1 and 2 in the points are right now running 3rd and 4th. Billy Dunn working to the 4 spot. Scott Webb still in position number 5. Webb has had a good night here tonight as he's in the top 5 all night long with 4 laps left to go. As they work down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4, 22 laps up on the board, and Fuller pulling away this time down the front straightaway. Remington Hamm still doing all he can to hold on to second. Lance Willix Putting the pressure on them, though, as they go to turn number 1 and 2. The 49 of Dunn working that outside lane as well. Jordan McCreadie has now made his way up into the top 5 as the 28 ride moves it up into 5th. 2 laps left to go for Tim Fuller. Hamm still second. Dunn has gotten around the 31 of Lance Willix to move up into the number 3 position, but Willix fighting back in that inside lane, looking to throw the slider at Dunn up off the turn as Ace have that seesaw battle for 3rd and 4th. White flag in the air for Tim Fuller. Straightaway advantage for the man out of Watertown, New York. Had a tough week 2 weeks ago. Right here at Can-Am. He's down the back straightaway. 3rd most wins all time of the Can-Am Speedway. Tonight, he'll take career win number 48. Tim Fuller is back in victory lane. 2nd spot will go to Remington Hamm. 3rd at the line will be Billy Dunn. Lance Willix crosses in 4th. And Jordan McCreadie, your top 5. Tough struggle last night at Airborne. And the modified feature over there. Tonight he rebounds in a big way. First win of 2025. 3rd different winner this season, joining Jackson Gill and Lance Willix. His 48th Can-Am win in the modified division here between big block and small block divisions here. And we'll get his thoughts on the start to the year. And he's out of the car. The champion is back. How about it for Tim Fuller? Where you been, kid? It's been too long since we last saw you down here. Congratulations. Wow, I'll tell you, last week was one you wanted to race from the mine, and this is the one way to do it, to win a race, right?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been saying, and we've been a little bit off. We've had some troubles, and, Tom Leahy he worked overtime to get this engine done. We heard an engine here the last time we were here, and he did work overtime, and, Mike and Barb from St. Lawrence Radiology have been so supportive to do all this, so fortunate to get back to victory lane.
Absolutely. Tough struggles last night, too, but this is the best way to cure all that is to win a race. The racetrack was definitely different tonight, wasn't it?
It's been different for the last 3 weeks, but it makes it tricky and very technical to do, and I don't mind it. I mean, this is the way it should be.
Key restart, though, that last restart, I think that's what you needed to get the lead, right?
I needed Ryan to, I didn't know Ryan was going to drop out. I was going to restart 5th, and I wanted to be on that top when I could enter up there in 1 and 2. And, the thing is he had to end up going to the pit, so, I just left that lane open.
Anybody want to thank in this car?
St. Lawrence Radiology, Mike and Barb Maresca, Tom Leahy for getting this engine back together and everything so quick. And, my crew, Zach and Bob. And I'd like to say hi to my girls, up in Lake Placid, and she's graduating tomorrow, so I'm off to graduation.
All right, well, we know where your plans are tomorrow night. Congratulations, and good to see you back.
Thank you.
All right, Tim Fuller gets another win here at Can-Am. Career win number 48. He's going to make somebody a little extra money, too, as well.